Welcome back. I didn't want to like this. I hate doing official starts. So.
Dire team ban.
I like it.
Okay, fine.
It's a lot more casual that way. Oh, you were looking for me to like help you? I thought this was
Yeah.
like your forte.
Yeah,
You're
no,
in charge of the
no.
show.
So you do that like so when I first started casting, there was a guide on how to start a cast,
Radiant
and there was
team ban.
critical things that you had to do. You had to say team versus team, name of the tournament, which round we were in, and then the names of the commentators.
Gotcha.
Every single time. So you'd start this one off by saying, "Welcome everybody to Game 2 of Day 2 of our
10
group
seconds
stages."
remaining.
Group B.
We are moving forward in Group B, where Mineski will
5
play up
seconds
against
remaining.
Effect in the Dota 2 Asian Championships of 2018. So far, these
Dire
teams
team pick.
have not had to play a game today. Mineski having a fun day yesterday, topping out at 2-0, while Effect going 0-2. So we're taking both the top and the bottom part of the group. And you Effect. Naga Siren, a pickup. Yay!
Pangolier?
Panga,
Band?
not banned.
But
He wasn't banned in the last game either. But Io, I think, is the other fun one that
10
hasn't been
seconds
banned.
remaining.
He got let through.
Io's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I guess,
5
after the
seconds
changes, yeah,
remaining.
he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the never-ending tether. Just to think about the combinations that you can get with such a hero. The movement speed, however, I actually feel is kind of like a little sad thing, though. Like
Sad.
the fact that he gets limited to max movement speed, he can't break the
that's
sound
true.
barrier. So a lot of the really cool
Radiant
combinations we
team
thought that
pick.
could have happened is just a little bit harder. Hello, Mr. Chen. He received a minor nerf.
I don't know if it's really like it's a nerf to Chen. It was just kind of dumb, you know. It was really dumb to just secure the off lane all of a sudden. It's just like this new concept introduced to a hero that's been in the game for like a decade. But this is the opener Mineski used yesterday as well. Chen Beastmaster. They played it quite well. I think they finished off with an OD from
10
Mushi. I
seconds
can't remember what
remaining.
Moon was playing.
In that game yesterday, if you give me a
5
second,
seconds remaining.
I can track it down. Okay. I'll need more than a second. I lied when I said a second. It wasn't in that.
It's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah, okay. So, game yesterday opened with Chen Beastmaster. Then they went Rubik OD DK with their pickup. So, if they wanted to, all three remaining of those heroes are available.
I will say Naga is pretty good against Beastmaster. Not terrible against Chen either. And I would hope Effect is prepared for Mineski to use the same opener they used yesterday. But they're taking a lot of time on that second pick.
Well, they're going to go for the gyrocopter themselves.
Isn't that what...
That is actually what Pain Gaming
Yeah.
had, but they didn't have the Naga Siren. So Pain Gaming were the ones who played against Mineski's draft for that one. And they had Gyro, SK, Tiny, AA, and Juggernaut. So that already
10
feels a little
seconds
bit
remaining.
greedier as
I'm
far
just-
as the combo goes.
I'm just not a fan of using... Especially since Gyro just got nerfed. But Mineski obviously is comfortable playing these heroes into Gyro. They're not banning it for a purpose. You don't have something more creative? It's a big pet peeve of mine. Is like, if any...
Why fix it if it's not broken?
But they lost.
Oh, wait, are you talking the effect? I thought you were talking like Mineski opener. I'm just like,
No,
they
the
wouldn't go
Mineski
with that
opener,
one.
yeah, by all means, use the same stuff. You know, if it works
Yeah.
and you're confident with it, go for it. But I feel like you as a drafter and captain should be completely prepared for things you've seen the enemy team do in the past, especially if it was as recent as at this event. And you should
Like
be like, okay, if they
2
Chen
series
Beast,
ago,
yeah,
yesterday, not even 24
Yeah.
hours have passed.
because like Mineski specifically is really easy to prep for. They love their Naga, they love their Chen Beastmaster. They've picked like Bane Marana. They've really not branched out for more than like 4 or 5 different opening concepts.
Yeah.
You should be ready for all of them.
Just to let you know too, like why we just came off the camera then, as we kept that conversation going, didn't feel a reason to
Radiant
stop it.
team ban.
We just fixed Inside of Dota TV, so if you're tuning in inside of Dota TV, greetings and salutations,
Dire
Dota fans.
team ban.
We are now live with Mineski versus Effect. And apologies, we were not inside the game, I believe, for Game 1, as we had a couple of issues with Dota TV. But PGL staff on it, fixed it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I think we just broke it just by saying that.
Possible.
10 seconds
All right.
remaining.
Did I know?
Well, April 1st is Easter. And it's also
5
April Fool's Day.
seconds remaining.
It's
It's the first time in my lifetime those have linked up, I believe.
really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's all. The more you know.
It's now puts me on high alert.
Team pick.
What the hell can happen?
It'd be
Yeah, you get to panel, right? You get to panel on April 1st, so
Oh, I've already got a whole list of things I'm doing to Jack.
okay.
I'm ready.
To Jack, what do you do? Tape his eyelids shut? He'll want
That'd
that.
be a blessing. Yeah, exactly.
Seconds remaining.
Okay, it's too easy just to shit on Jack.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, Mineski, let's talk about our game. So Omni Terrorblade banned out, Puck PL banned out. They didn't ban any of the heroes that Mineski ran previously. So if they wanted to, Mineski could basically run exactly the same draft again, if they feel it can function. And we'll have Witch Doctor. So we will not. But Witch Doctor, one of those heroes which is always a nice counter to the Chen.
And the Beastmaster.
And the Beastmaster, so they'll take it themselves. But this gives a hell of a lot. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the old Luna strats. So like when you'd have, like you basically have the
10
Inner Beast
seconds
aura, then
remaining.
Chen brings in everything else. They'd always have the Alpha Wolf somewhere in the middle of all of this. Then
5
you add in the
seconds
Luna aura,
remaining.
and then just you need to have just like that little bit of extra consistent regeneration, which the Witch Doctor provides. And you just push with this.
I like that choice. It's a super good synergy with Naga, and I really like Jakiro against like these NP Chen supports. It's really good against Beastmaster as well because of the massive attack slow and move slow, so the creeps don't really do as much. It's also a lot of wave clear later on.
10 seconds remaining.
My only concern is you won't have.
5 seconds remaining.
Like it feels like Song right now is the only real initiation that Effect have. So we need to see that from their 3 position, which it should be the 3 and the 2, which is still on the way for Effect. That should be a 5 position Jakiro.
Yeah. I expect to see a DK for one of these teams. Works with both lineups right now. Mineski, a big fan of the hero, so is Effect.
They ran it last time.
DK and Tiny. Oh, Tiny, sorry, it was first banned, but it really makes DK even more valuable in this game. It's just so nice to have like that point stun, a tanky hero, good talents. No real downside of it.
Well, they're taking time to choose. I'm wondering what they're really actually
Team
debating.
pick.
And it's going to be a Vengeful Spirit. So, Mineski. Okay. It's Aura. Like I was thinking Luna for one Aura, but now you get the Vengeance Aura.
I like the Venge more because now they're setting up for their last pick, whereas Luna kind of is the hero you're playing around. Now you just have your
10
entire
seconds
draft
remaining.
that gives you, and now this 10th hero is your win condition. And if I know
5
Mineski,
seconds
they're going to
remaining.
last pick SF. I think if Effect has done their homework, they should ban it, but this is
yeah.
a great SF game
Radiant
right now for
team
Mineski.
ban.
God, they're just stacking every single aura they can think of. This also enables Mineski to go aggressive if they want to. So running VS Witch Doctor with that Chen, manipulating the bottom lane, giving space then to Beastmaster up on top, who appears to have a battle with Kunkka, who's fantastic at clearing and giving a little bit more battle back for the team fight.
This could be a Naga core.
5 seconds remaining.
A Naga core?
This is a really good Naga core game. Beastmaster Venge are very ineffective against it. Not nearly enough wave clear. The
Do you
illusions
think
just-
though she can still survive the early? Like,
Maybe not, but if there was a game for Naga core, this is a pretty damn good one. And I think that it's very possible. This is a Kunkka mid as well, but it's just a possibility. And I think when you have resolution, it's not ever bad to give him a hero that could just carry a game. Although
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play Naga in a really long. I mean, who plays Naga core, right?
I almost think like Resolution would just say, just give me the Conquer. You can play Naga safely. Like, I don't want any of that crap. But if you do that, then Gyrocopter's been forced into the off lane too. So like, it still feels like this should be a 4-position Naga Siren. And Effect will have more standard lanes. And Mineski are thinking the same thing. They're banning the Brewmaster. It would have been that Chaos jump style hero that
10
maybe
seconds remaining.
we actually would have had a good time against the Beastmaster.
This is it's an OD or SF
5
last pick for
seconds
Mineski.
remaining.
OD is quite good as well. They're huge fans of the hero, but no matter what, they want some BKB hero. And the OD is nice too because whenever you're playing against like Kunkka Jakiro and Song, like Astraling the Rocket, Astraling the
team
Kunkka
pick.
combo, just feels good. OD just gets banned. They obviously see that too. But I think I'd put a sizable amount of money that Mineski is going to take Shadow Fiend.
You're going to take Shadow Fiend. I'll put the wild card of Death Prophet, who's still available in the pool, even if she did get a little bit more nerf on the Spirit Siphon.
Wouldn't be
10
bad, but I
seconds
feel like when you
remaining.
pick Venge Beastmaster, you want to pick a hero that synergizes with all the damage and
5
attack speed you're going to
seconds
get.
remaining.
DP would work. It just doesn't utilize their draft composition as well.
Yeah, that's right. And like with the SF, with the negative armor, you can get into Roshan a lot earlier. That's a lot of negative. And yeah, you're right. The SF just makes so much sense.
You want something that hits the tower and allows like the Venge to play around that hero. You don't really want Venge to be the guy sieging. They also need some wave clear pretty badly.
Yeah. The Razors and the Axes can do that. Paralyzing Cask is also not too shabby, at least delaying the wave, not clearing it.
Oh, man. You never want to be farming creeps as Witch Doctor. Like, if there's anything I understand, it's
You
the
wanna farm.
pain of playing certain 5s. And, man, especially with this Max Maledict build, like, you stun the creep wave with these 2 points Cask, and you're like, well, it's not moving. And by the time
It's not moving,
kill
it's
a
not
creep.
dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Radiant
All right, what's
team
the final one? It's going to be a Bat Rider, so it is going to be the off-lane Bat Rider, mid-Kunker, safe lane Gyro, or at least
Taking
the
a
1,
page
2,
out of
3
Secret's book.
role, and then Jakira Naga support.
This is actually what Secret ran against them. Assuming this is core Kunkka, the 2 Kunkka, 3 Bat was exactly how Secret beat them
10
in
seconds
the,
remaining.
yesterday.
So Mineski, last year to
5
pick up. They've still got
seconds
some extra
remaining.
reserve time. I doubt the Bat Rider was that surprising for them if they're looking towards off-lane heroes. So
Maybe they'll pick maybe they'll pick an Ember Spirit.
an Ember? I think he's still good with your...
Oh,
I thought about him in the side of my brain, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm not feeling the synergy apart from Alacrity to get a full buff up, which he can potentially enable Mushi. But Moon popping the collar high on the Invoker 5th pick.
It'd be interesting to see what build he goes. They have a ton of Sunstrike set up, but I've also seen a lot of the SEA Invokers going this Quas Wex build.
I don't see
with,
Quas Wex really being essential, though, in this game.
It's nice just because if you look at the lineup of effect, if they can just disrupt the initiation, like Tornado the Lasso or the Kunkka combo, EMP, they go super earn. And it's a possibility. I think it's more likely he'll go Exort, but it'd be a lot more fun to watch Quas Wex Invoker.
Did you say it'd be more fun to watch a Quas
10
Wex Invoker?
seconds remaining.
Man, go die. Hexort's where it's at. Sun striking across the
5
map,
seconds
enabling more fights,
that?
especially if you're running an aggressive lane. You just get that first stun out from Mushi with Magic Missile. Wish Doctor holds him there with the cask, and then poof, Sunstrike connects. You're dead. Raw, same
disclaimer.
thing. Chen, same thing.
This from a guy that says, and I quote, techies need to be added to captain's mode
Yep.
ASAP.
Yep, I support the
Take-
motion.
Take everything this man says
Techie-
with a
Techie's-
huge grain of salt.
Techie's all right. We've had all the heroes who have been kept out of captain's mode being added in for the last 4 weeks. The last 2 patches, we got ourselves we got ourselves a new hero. It's time for Techies.
No,
Make it so.
No.
Just in the words of Jean-Luc Picard, make it so.
no. No. Please. Please.
Yes.
My pubs are bad enough.
It doesn't change your pubs.
nobody-
It's your competitive scene. That's what I want to see changed. AUI 2000 could be relevant once more.
Prepare
always
for
relevant.
It's
battle.
Kawhi, man. He'll always be relevant.
You remember? He's the reason why I always said that. Because I remember when he played that Skywrath game for EG, he's just like, I feel relevant after he got like 1 kill after 20 deaths. All right, Effect to get a 5-man smoke up. They're going to head down south. So we have Sunstrike scouting. They did not hit the target, however. So it's Mushi safe lane, it's Beastmaster off. So no aggressive pressure from Mineski. Ninja Boogie in very close to effect, but they 100% see him. They just don't realize that, okay, he's not totally alone. They connect with the torrent. Ninja Boogie, I think, is going to sacrifice himself. Paralyzing Cask won't matter. Donk from Resolution.
And they give it to the man you'd probably most like to see grab a first blood in Resolution.
Wait, hang on. Why do they still have the little... Oh, that's the level ups, right? The little arrows on the heroes.
What arrows are you talking about?
On the profile pictures across the top.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Interesting. I'd never noticed that before. Is that new?
It's the level up icons, I'm fairly certain.
I don't know, because Gyro's skilled, and he has one as well. It's everyone...
What? No, not those level ups. It's plus. Instead of plus.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. That makes sense.
Money.
So, laning phase, you've got an aggro dual lane. This is something I think you kind of need to do when you're playing with the Chen lineup nowadays, because you no longer have the ability to just secure the lane for your offlaner. So it's a lot more effective to just have 2 heroes there. In the meantime, Jabs is going to just... Nope.
It's definitely not how they started. I think they definitely want to have the VS against the Batrider. And the Chen can at least influence the top lane. He doesn't have to TP out anyway. Like, he's walking around with a Blightstone, so they're keeping Resolution a little bit more assaulted on the top. And he's already leaving. He's TPing down to bottom lane. He doesn't want to stick around for this. Batrider's TPing top. So lane rotation after rotation has now happened.
Yep. This is the new Dota 2. The team that TPs first is at a disadvantage because they can just get TP'd back on. And now, as you said, they have the lanes they want. And Beastmaster is in a really rough position against the Bat.
King R's making issues for Ninjabuki too. Ninjabuki just wanted to pull up the wave. He managed to de-ward by putting the sentry down, but it's King R who continues just to body block the camp. So there's no easy pull, no easy way to control this lane back for Mushi.
Gyro Naga is also an uncannily strong lane. They rocket into the minus armor, and Witch Doctor just on 1 armor is a prime target for these 2 heroes, but we'll see what happens, because the issue is, like, Chen doesn't really want to ever play bottom. He's going to be top forever, but it's very difficult to make moves into bad Jakiro, especially with the Beastmaster.
And this top lane's actually going to work out quite... It's okay, right? Like, you've got Penitence, then you've got the Boar Slow, you've got ways to at least assault and keep attention on top. And then you just need to control him long enough for Moon to be able to connect on the Sunstrike. He is going to go the second point up into Quas. He's taking a lot of harassment from Alpha Ninja in the mid. The Kunk is just like wrecking on the CS. 14-3 versus the 8-1.
Yeah, you get the plus damage from Tidebringer on denies. So when you hit for 63 and then get a 50 static advantage on every hit, you can't really outlast it, this guy.
That's when the Forge Spirit can come into play. Drop his armor down, but where's your rotation? It comes in the form of wind. A Wild Wing from Chen. Just going to be put right on top of Afro Ninja's head. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Mushi. Catch him on the bottom lane. Ninjabuki couldn't really help out at all.
I like the build from Rezo. A lot of gyros nowadays are putting way too many points in Rocket Barrage, in my opinion. But this Rocket Flak build is quite nice because you always get the extra attacks from just hitting creeps, even if the guy is like 1,000 units away. Invoker's actually doing better than I would expect in mid, to be honest. The Tornado obviously helped a bit, but I think Kunker should actually be like 60-40 at least in this matchup, maybe even 65 or 70 advantage.
He's just catching up because he's got the extra Forge Spirit in the Tornado, yeah. It's like Afro's having to give this lane a lot more respect than he probably wanted to early on. Because Moon shouldn't be able to just easily survive this, but he's switching himself around with the Quas and the Exort. So Afro, he can't chip through the damage. Like, there's still a 12.6 regeneration with when the 3 points up in Quas are there. And okay, maybe a little bit of help. Like, this is still not going to work. Like, he's got as much regeneration as when you're munching on a Tango from Afro. So they can get him low, but now Chen moves in. The Troll Trapper available. He actually has the Trap available too with the Skeleton Minions. Do a lot of damage. Moon, you're way too close. The Sunstrike, they come back in, but the Sunstrike is going to be off target. Tidebringer cannot connect into the Invoker on the back lines. And both sides will walk away with no casualties in mid.
The haste. Really nice juke from Ice on the Torrent. He's actually playing the Chen as well, keep in mind. This is the one hero support that Ice seems to play, as Jabs does not play Chen.
That's true. Ice is the Micromaster. We were talking about his past with previous games before when he was playing StarCraft 2. He was a Zerg player. This was in the early days of Dota 2. Mushi in real trouble, paralyzing cast, needs to create a little bit of space. Mushi has 12-1, charger space has been created, he's holding the charges, now it comes out, the Sunstrike right on resolution. A perfect kill for Moon, and Mushi salving up in the trees, he's being sent back. The salve actually gave him just enough life to survive that level 1 Riptide. So Gyrocopter dies on the bottom. The kill goes to Moon, and no casualties for Mineski.
It's a huge Sunstrike. It's the sort of game-winning play that you need Invokers to make nowadays. Hero's been nerfed into oblivion. Not many people can make it work, but it feels like these SEA mid players still love it no matter what.
It's the Classico, the real Classico.
Top lane also, Beastmaster doing better than one would expect, I think. Just a little bit behind Bat, and he does much better in this matchup as time goes on. Bat's TPing bot as well.
Actually looking to lane switch it with Resolution up on top. And it's dangerous to do as Ice starts his own rotations. Ninja Boogie getting ensnared up, but Ice is waiting for him to come up the hill. Torrent's going to be good, but the Sunstrike can be just as good. And Paralyzing Cask, the TP barely being denied on Ninja Boogie. But Afterlife having fire flying up and a whole bunch of sticky napalm charges, there's nothing more Moon can do. He's out of mana.
Oh, he denies his own Ursa. What a player.
Ice. After I'll have to take a couple of hits as he walks back into lane, but that's pretty good for effect.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Getting the Batrider more involved. You said the Batrider was moving up as well in the CS and the net worth. Get him close towards a Blink Dagger, and you got that nice jump into Mineski and a way for effect to gain momentum in this game.
Gyro, it's an interesting lane swap because I feel like Beastmaster, once he hits 6, can just roar this Gyro in the face, and Chen comes in, they just kill him. And in the meantime, Bat doesn't really pressure Venge that hard anymore because the Venge is like equal in level, so it's a weird game. I feel like Effect's draft is fine though, but it can really go either way. I think Mineski needs to just get tempo going, but at the same time they have an Invoker, like Venge, like their draft scales very well. And Effect really just need like this team fight into a huge AoE combo. But that's a long ways away.
Yeah. And they still need the damage to sustain through that AoE combo. With Chen having a half-decent start, once he has Hand of God available, he's going to repair a lot of the damage that Resolution will do at the start. Where's this Sunstrike coming in? The Troll Trap's holding Resolution in position. The Centaur Stomp off target for Ice. Jams, one more Axis will fly. He won't hit the target. Afterlife dying in the meantime. There's a Batrider for a Chen trade-off. Chen dying in front of Roshan. Batrider dying next to the side shop on bottom lane. And they're still looking for Moon. Reason why that Sunstrike on cooldown and not enough mana.
They almost killed the Gyro up top. Would have been a big kill. I think the Sunstrike was used bottom. I'm not actually sure, but I think they kill him top with one. But they also missed the Chen creeps. But I mean, that's the issue of Gyro in this lane now, right? He's still not level 6, 800 HP, and the next time Roar is up, they can just threaten him once again.
Such low cooldown too. Yeah, they can combo onto Moon. Afo, he's got some decent damage when he's got the phase boots. He can just start the rundown, but support coming in for Ice, and very wisely, Afo backs off, but King R, not so wise. Getting caught out, they have the revenge from the form of Afterlife's Firefly. Ninja Boogie backs off, it's a haste rune after him. Afterlife, he's able to salve, back off a little bit. Keeps sticking napalm, just making sure Ninja Boogie is slow enough for Afo. He's got phase and haste rune. Ninja Boogie is more than slow enough for Afo to chase him down.
Craziest thing, when Invoker's got 3 points Quas, and he's got 23 health regen. So he actually doesn't care about this harassment. So as long as he doesn't die, he can just sit in this lane indefinitely. And he's top net worth right now, which is exactly where he wants to be. Closing in on the Midas, should have one around like 10, 11 minutes, which really isn't that bad of a timing considering all the build-up he's got.
Yep. All he's got to do is just survive more than anything else. They're going to X marks the spot. You've got Ensnare, Boat, Riptide, Moon goes Invis, and they do not have detection. That one value point in Wex. And once again, this time it's going to be Jabs, Roar in, combining with Mushi. They had Swap, also burnt, and the pressure now being applied into towers. That's only 1 point up with the Vengeance Aura, so it's not as heavy. In fact, there's no points up in Inner Beast either.
That's the problem with Gyro in this game. There's no real save until Naga Song's up, so he can just get swapped or roared or both like he just was, and he just kind of explodes. There's not much you can do about it.
Moon's in trouble once more. Sent up and towards the air. 14-1 charges are available.
And a Fairy Fire. He's fine. They actually can't kill him unless they bring a core, like an extra core.
Yeah, they're only bringing in Naga, however. She will not be enough.
I'd like to see Bat rotate if anybody does. Like an X into a Bat TP or Bat rotate should be a kill 100%.
You still want Afterlife to finish his item, right? You still need to have that Blink Dagger. So rotating earlier than that doesn't make that much sense.
I just don't think you want Naga here if you don't bring somebody else. I'd rather him be up top, like helping save the gyro, because up top lane, like they're pressured out. They can't actually enter this lane as Jakiro gyro, and they aren't able to dive bottom either because it's just a Batrider. And they are going to look to move mid. This is a big kill if they can get him before he finishes his Midas. 120 gold away.
And they'll have to Firefly straight up. Moon already pushing back the lane with the meatball. He needs to be able to Ghost Walk, but 17-1 charges. The torrent will connect. Here comes Mushi. Paralyzing Cast can make things really difficult for Effect. The boat does connect, but with the Death Ward down, Ice Path cancelling it out now. There's not enough damage to kill off Effect, but they definitely are the walking wounded. Moon will finally go down. No! The Hand of God brings him straight back up again. Resolution arrives, but it's all a little too late. Mushi with the Wave of Terror. He clips Afo in the back lines. The Conquer will fall down.
Wow.
That is not what Effect thought was going to happen in mid when they started that rotation.
Yeah, it's the problem of trying to kill an Invoker, running around with like 30 health regen and a full wand. He just popped everything. They think they're going to get him. Naga commits, and all of a sudden there's a Chen heal, and he's still alive. Finishes the Midas.
11 minutes for Midas now.
This is a scary game for Effect. Like this is Mineski, like in control with a draft that can utilize this sort of tempo advantage very well. They're gonna get jumped on bench. Another roar goes off up top, and wow.
More money for Moon.
Yep. There's nothing you can do.
And they're going to swap down on bottom lane. Paralyzing Casket. It's not going to bounce straight back up again to Afterlife, but the Maledict, it's going to tick him out. That's a level 4 Maledict. Mushi, not quite certain you want to sacrifice his life for this, however. The Batrider was not able to spend any of his money before death. Moon gets the counter kill into mid.
Jakiro should not be that far forward.
Dire's top tower is under
Meanwhile,
attack.
Jab's taking the tier 2 tower on top.
Yeah. They're actually just so far ahead in this game. Just because of their hero composition. They're never going to have to slow down on Mineski. Roche is an easy objective for them. And it looks like they might just collapse on mid, but let's kill the Naga first.
Yep, they found King Ah. She'll mirror image. Get away to safety. There was no easy chase for him. Meanwhile, up on top, Jabs, TP, homing missile. It will go global. Da-da. Da-da. Oh,
Dire are scanning.
still going.
Dire's
Mid lane,
middle tower
continuing to
is
push.
under attack.
Yep. Chen Army, they actually managed to split the torrent perfectly. And Ice Path, Ice, in a little bit of trouble. It's both Dual Breath and Liquid Fire. That's more than enough damage to tick out Ice. Now giving Jakiro his level 6 and Macro Pyre. So counter push in a straight line is available for Effect. Can slow things down, but you're still creating more space, right? Like Mushi's having the time of his life on bottom. No one's going to really contest him down there. Moon's gone jungle.
Dire's bottom tower
The
is
issue
under
with
attack.
Effect's draft is, and we were talking about this.
Sunstrike?
Top lane. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, they hold him in position long enough. One charge doesn't keep resolution. Oh, just barely. Drop to 68. He'll burn a homing missile as well. Willie, Jabs, throws out the axis. Resolution. Still going down a little bit lower. He's got the flight cannon available. King Ah wants to keep the chase going. X marks the spot, but Jabs sent back to base. Pulled back again with the X marks the spot, but Hand of God gives him the life. And thanks to Phase Boots, he's got the movement speed to run away from Effect.
They're just in such a great position. And the issue with the draft of Effect is that unless they're ahead, their heroes are not the strongest. And bottom lane, Jakiro's going to die.
Yep.
TP coming in from bad gyro here as well.
If they can hold him in position, there's not enough mana for the Sunstrike, and in fact, he's not ready for it yet either. Mushi just getting wrecked underneath the tier 1 tower on bottom.
Moon is so farmed. He has a Yules and a Midas. Ags next time. It's 14 minutes and he has Midas Yules.
Took him 3 minutes to finish up the full Yules. Not a bad progression. So finally his mana regeneration could be better.
Yep, that and clarity. He'll be ready to
Dire's bottom
fight again.
tower is under
No
attack.
time. Top lane Beastmaster, max QW. No points in Inner Beast. Not something I see very often, but I like it if you can get away with it. He certainly has.
Is under
Looks like he's going to be
attack.
going for a Shadow Blade. Already finished Medallion. They just need one pick off into Roche at pretty much any point. It's really up to Mineski what they choose to do. Effect's going to show everybody bottom, so I think they just run into Roche now, right?
Yeah. Mineski just have so many easy ways to get a pick. Like if Ninja Boogie gets the Sentry Ward in the right spot, which he does, you can say goodbye to Effect's vision around Roshan. So they know what's going on. Mineski did not hide this at all. And Effect, they're smoked up, they're on the way. The Blink Dagger's available for the Batrider. The problem is, it just takes so long to get there. Macropyre is down, but it's too far away. And they cannot take this fight now.
There's no song either. And Mineski knows this because they saw it used up top.
They just tried to Sentry on top of the de-watered position. Not exactly certain why that was thrown, as in the Sentry would. Hand of Midas for Chen, now done at 15 minutes.
It's just so easy for Mineski to use the map now. Like their tier 1 bottom is still alive, whereas they've killed the tier 2 top. So they can just control this whole area of the map very easily and look to pressure the tier 2 mid, maybe even tier 3 top whenever they get the opening to do so. And yeah, they're going to be bottom.
This is one trader creep for Effect on bottom. It was a persuaded range creep that saw all of Effect down here. They're really, really concerned. It's like they're so scared of getting involved in these fights that they're not even taking the objective. Mineski are now arriving. And Effect have a choice. The Hawk sees too much. Wave of Terror, Mushi, not in range for a swap. Still only level 1.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the meantime, Moon's just farming, so they don't really lose anything. He'll TP down bottom, and they're going to just probably push both of these towers, but the key is that they forced Effect out of this area of the map. So even though they rotated the whole team, they also prevent Effect from taking map control or farming anywhere else.
And they also prevent them from taking, stop them from taking a fight. This Batrider really, okay, with the Observer Ward, he can at least watch the courier, but he can't kill that thing himself, and I think he knows it too. But he was looking to jump from behind.
Effect can't really take a fight. They want pickoffs. And the fact that they were able to group as 5 on Mineski so efficiently without giving Effect the ability to mirror, like they don't lose anything from this. And they might even be able to just push high ground with no Macropyre. They're afraid of Song, and they don't really need to do anything. Venge is going to go BKB, Ag's up soon on Invoker. Like, their timing is still a ways away, but it just feels like they're far enough ahead they can kind of pick and choose, do whatever they want.
10,000 net worth, 17 minutes in for the Invoker. Once they take the mid tower and once he has maybe another minute on this map, yeah, full Ags for Moon. He'll be more than ready to fight. Ninja Boogie, thinking about bottom, throws out the Death Ward, the Sunstrike. It's just too good. And now he's 200 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. That's the 5th kill for him, and then up on top. Combination once more. This time it was Shadow Blade for Raw, swap committed. And just those 2 heroes alone, the VS and the Beastmaster, are enough to kill off that Gyrocopter. They want something on the bottom. X marks a spot, should be able to pull in Moon, but where is this detection? He's pinging out up on the hillside, and yep, they do have it with the Flame Break back. It was the dust effect from King R. A quick Yule Scepter up and towards the air. Moon turns around. He knew the Aegis Immortal was going to burn, mainly because he was sitting inside the Firefly himself. But too much support is nearby. King R wants to initiate on this one again. They'll have to fight a little bit harder. Ninja Boogie has that paralyzing cask of Fireball effect. Really nicely split now. A little bit closer. The ship will connect. And how long did this take for Ninja Boogie? The paralyzing cask comes in very, very late. Now he's on the run while Ice runs a little bit further northwest. And Effect able to chain kill as Ninja Boogie will die on the bottom lane. This was not part of that Mineski plan.
Thing is, they actually went up in gold after that engagement because Beastmaster took the tier 2 middle in the meantime, and he and Venge were just free farming in 2 lanes. So it's nice they get kills, but it doesn't actually like give them an advantage in the game because the only objective they're going to get out of this is this tier 1 bottom. They need something else on top of this. They still have Song. They want a team fight sooner rather than later.
They did get the killing spree of the Invoker. Like that's a big thing. They got 522 gold for that kill, in fact.
But who got it?
There's a scroll bar just on the side. It's Afterlife. Afterlife got it.
It's not the man you want with the golden flux, but hey, it's still a win.
If he gets a 4-star, he's going BKB. I was thinking you get a 4-star and just go for the nice long drag back.
And Afo's getting a halberd second item. I am not a fan. I don't actually know what you want here. Kunkka's a really weird hero to itemize, but I feel like you want a BKB if anything. Like, bat BKB with that one on Kunkka seems counterproductive. I feel like you can just kill this Kunkka, and the teamfight of Effect just disappears.
Yeah, what is that meant to be against? Like, it's not like he's trying to stop a VS from attacking him. Like, there's you got Deathwood, you got everything else that can just pummel into him.
The BKB timings from Mineski are approaching soon. You got
Yep.
one on Venge, soon to have one on Invoker. That's really, I think, the go time. But at the end of the day, it's all the second Roche. They get the second Roche, and they can do what they want.
Radiant are
Effector hunting. An Invis rune for Mushi. This will be just out of range of the Dire Observe Wards. They don't understand what rune Mineski were able to pick up, but the Hawk sees Afterlife. This is going to be a swap into Raw, into Sunstrike, and too easy. Moon's on bottom lane, just pushing that one out. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you want to set me up a kill? Take it.
This is something we saw DC use a lot at like TI6. It's this Invoker Beastmaster combo. There's so much lane pressure, so much vision advantage. Like you out farm, you out push, you outscale. It's a really easy lineup to play, and you look good doing it.
You look connected more than anything else. Able to always just hit the combination because it's just so simple. The target will not move. And how long can Effect really keep this up? Roshan may respawn in about 2 minutes' time. So Mineski, they will probably look to that next. They'll look towards their BKB on the Invoker. You'll look towards a level 3 Necro book for Jabs. He's already got Shadow Blade plus Medallion, so he's doing enough for his team on that front. The Witch Doctor is approaching his Spirit Vessel. Do you actually think the Spirit Vessel is still that great after its change?
It's still good. It's really just the reduced healing more than anything else. Obviously, the damage output won't be as high, but there's no other mechanic in Dota that can lower the amount of healing someone receives. And in such a sustain-heavy meta, I think that aspect is never going to be, it'll always be a good item because of that.
Something that gets to be unique in the game. Effect is adding more pressure on bottom lane. King R, Resolution, ready to fight. If they really get it, however, Batrise a little bit too far away, and the Forge Spirit's trying to scout him. And with Gyrocopter being forced to defend the top lane from the incursion of the Chen army.
I didn't even realize Chen actually has a Midas, so there really are no hurry on Mineski to end this game.
Yep, he got that at 15 minutes. That's why his Aghanim Scepter is only 1,070, 60 gold away.
Yep. You can look like they're. Whenever you have control of the enemy Ancients, and you have a couple of Midases, and you're pushing all the lanes, your gold advantage just continues. It was 10 a second ago, now it's 11,000. It's going up nearly like, it's like 1,000 gold a minute almost. Mineski's out farming Effect by.
Alright, middle lane looks so juicy. Mushi walks in, gets the swap, and, well, Malad is well off target. The Axes will fly forward, Song of the Siren defensively out from King R. Ice Path will be on to Mushi. The follow-up is there with the lasso, but so is the Raw. The Tornado in the back lines. It's Moon as well as Chen comboing up. Finally, Jabs is going to go. Actually, no, Jabs is going to live through this one. So is Mushi. King R can't close the distance. The BKB protected Mushi just long enough. They'll send him back to safety. It's Effect that lose 2. They really went back into this fight. Okay, Naga will buy back. Not quite certain exactly what she's looking to achieve, but she bought back.
Song on cooldown as well.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine the D push. Like, at least that mechanic was changed, so it's not negative money now.
I mean, Roshan will spawn in 10 seconds with no Song, much like the first one. It's going to be very difficult for Effect to contest it, unless Kunkka gets like a boat on 3 heroes. They're hunting a bit, but no lasso, no Song. Like, what do you really do here?
Yeah. Like, even if you think you can take this hunt, like, you've got paralyzing cast, you've got stun, you've got swap on a low cooldown. It's only 45 seconds. Like, Mineski's abilities just seem to be so much easier to just work through and not have these long cooldown times. Like, I think the longest cooldown they've really got is Roar at 75 seconds. Hand of God's in there as well at 140, but as far as initiation and control goes, it's kind of raw. But they found Ninja Boogie. Pick him up, throw him back in with the Torrent. Tornado tries to create a little bit of space, and it will be enough space. Lasso, no, Yule Scepter, it's too quick, and they even swap him out to break the stun. Paralyzing cast does not allow Effect to move as freely as they would really like to. Not to mention that Necro army.
I don't think the defensive swap was necessary there. Mushi probably could have picked a core, swapped him in, and landed kills, but chose to play a little safer. I don't mind that choice. Like, they aren't really in a hurry. The only way they lose this game is if they give away this Roche and a team fight, and as long as they wait for the right opportunity, I don't think that's possible.
Jabs. Walking so close to the hill. That smoke is going to break. He was under the cover of Shadow Blade. The Sentry Wall was too, but then Yule Scepter drop him down, and that is Madden falling. Tornado doesn't get the pick up over on King R, but no Jakiro for 30 seconds. This is now an invitation for Mineski to finish up Roshan. I say finish, start.
They use BKB on Invoker though, and Song is coming up, so effect not out.
Raw. Found the target. It's going to be Afterlife. There's no Sunstrike on the way, and a very quick cancel on Ninja Boogie. Didn't get the timing on the Death Ward, so Maldic didn't do as much work as he'd like to on King R. And thanks to that distraction, it means Mineski doesn't find this instant kill. Lasso's off cooldown in 2 seconds time. They've already killed off Ice Ice Heist, who does not have buyback. He spent his money on the Aghanim Scepter shortly after the fight, shortly before this fight.
Really strange from Mineski. Even that buyback is a bit rushed. They were just about to scout the pit, and looking at Effect's lineup, like, are they really going to do Roche that quickly?
They probably don't want to. They have some easier sustain thanks to the TP scroll X marks the spot synergy. But yeah, Moon probably could have easily scouted that out as well. Like you had Forge Spirits that can move over and have a squiz. You had the army, which was there as well from both Beastmaster as well as Chen. Maybe they're hoping for a kill.
It's a tough spot. It's just so hard to win this game without vision. And if you look at Mineski's wards, they have both entrances to this top area of the map scouted, and they see Effect posturing in their own woods, and then the bird flies in. Like, how do you ever catch this Invoker? He's running around Invis and 547 move speed.
And with all the vision in the world, thanks to that Hawk, he said. Oh, what does Effect then do? Group up together. Try and hold the ground around Roshan, wait for Mineski to go in and try and take it. Meanwhile, Mineski are happy to keep pushing in the side lanes. Bottom lane's pushing in nicely. They're taking care of top. Mid can just be held by Mushi anyway.
You have a BKB on Gyro, so that is a bright spot for Effect, but will he really do enough damage is the question. I expect somebody to pick up a Crimson Guard on Mineski. Once they have that item, like, they just won't take damage from him. If you look at the other heroes, like Kunkka's fallen off. He'll have BKB soon, but that Halberd pickup means that his acceleration just dropped off like a... Can't think of a proper metaphor, but he's 2,000 gold behind the Venge net worth. It's not a spot you want to be in. Especially considering he's 5-1 and 7. It's just that he doesn't have the net worth that would show that he's the bright spot for his team.
It's when you feel almost sad, like I missed the Shadow Blade Crystallis style build, like that pop damage, which is able to get rid of the Chen army nice and quickly. And he needs high amounts of damage. Like, this army is getting bigger and bigger. Especially with the Aghanim Scepter, they've got the Granite Golem on their side.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't mind Halberd, I just don't think it should be that second item. Because, like, as you said, I wouldn't mind the Shadow Blade crit. They just need damage. And right now, I don't know how they're going to find it.
Nope. They're itemizing to survive with the BKBs. Because that's what you go for the Gyrocopter and almost the Kunkka, as well as the Batrider in his quick buy. At least finish the 4-star first, so Afterlife has more maneuverability to play around with.
The thing is, this isn't the same game as last game. There's a lot of BKB piercing damage on Mineski. They can just swap you with a Roar and then immediately start auto-attacking you with an Alacrity Venge and a bunch of creeps. And you die even if you have BKB because your armor number is so low.
The Naga Illusions are watching Roshan. I'm going to say like a Hawk, but the Hawk is kind of there as well. Blink, blink, lasso. They got the pickup. It's going to be over on Mushi. The ship will connect perfectly, and Mushi cannot survive. No, he can! BKB, 4-star up. He turns around looking for the stuns. The Sunstrike connects into Afro Ninja. He will be able to survive this. Song of the Siren from King R resetting here for Effect. As they move back to their side of the river, Mushi looking for a stun, looking for the swap. He'll find one of them, both of them. And the death of King R with no Song of the Siren, with no Naga Siren, with no Lasso, with no call down. This is now Mineski finally claiming Roshan.
It's the problem with the effect draft. They initiate, but to do so, they need to lasso, they need to boat, they call down. All of a sudden, they've got nothing left. So if that target lives...
A 3-2-2 advantage for Mineski for the gold in that last fight.
Oh, perfect.
It's alive. The memes. The memes. So, Aegis the Immortal into the hands of the Invoker. You've got the cheese into Mushi's.
Moon's going to go for a Hurricane Pike. It's his 4th item. I really like that choice. He's looking to be more of the right-click hero, and it also gives him survivability because, again, if they just don't get bursted down by some combo, they're just going to win the fight. He has Aegis as well now, and Mushi very farmed.
Yeah, they could definitely look to go pick high ground. They just need some good vision to make it work. Luckily, they're running a Beastmaster, they're running a Chen. It's one of those things that ISIS was always very proficient at whenever he had micro-intensive heroes, especially like with the Broodmother, it was even more prevalent, having Spiderlings out everywhere, and they were easy, cheap wards. Not so cheap now, because they're quite expensive when they die, but back then they were very, very cheap. So how does Effect now play this? They continue to walk around as 5, or I should say 4, as Matten's kind of in defense duty as the Jakiro on bottom.
I think you just farm, get your next 4 items. They have a nice smoke used, but you want one pick off if you can, and then you can go high ground. If you can kill the Bat or the Kunkka, high ground becomes really easy to break because all Mineski really needs is like this 10-second window to hit the base, and that's going to be tower and racks. Like their draft does so much damage to structures right now.
Look at do damage to heroes. Where is that pick? 4 heroes to choose from up on the top. Invoker, Sunstrike at the ready, goes right into the trees, hits Resolution, and they are all leaving so quickly.
The swap animation was canceled twice on 2 different heroes there by Mushi because they just got out just in time. If they kill the gyro there too, that's obviously a big pick off.
Do you just go high ground? Like, is that it? Like, can they just force it?
You can, but there's just, you don't need to. The Bat's falling off. You have 2 heroes with Midas on your own team. The Miracle line is that Invoker in every game is all about level 25. If you can get to level 25, that's where the hero really is the Invoker we all know and love. And
It's almost that. No Cataclysm, however. It's actually so much better to have Alacrity in this game.
it's 150 damage and attack speed maxed out. Like that's an absurd amount of damage in a game like this.
Ninja Boogie just got grabbed in the Southern River. It was a drive by Bat Rider.
There's no hurry. The only thing they really have to be concerned about is the item timing for Resolution. He's got a Lincoln's now, so he can no longer be swapped or roared, at least without a cancel. But it's like this butterfly and then maybe a rapier. It's always the rapier time.
Oh. Snipe of the Courier. It was out delivering items to Resolution. It was the rest of the Lincoln Sphere that came in. Meanwhile, swap, stun, Sunstrike onto the Jakiro. Actually just sat there and watched him die and then realized he didn't have enough damage, so Mushi, last attack did the work.
Interesting. There's just no hurry. If you look, like all the waves are pushed. Chen is keeping his creeps bottom 24/7. In the meantime, Invoker, bots up, Hurricane Pike, you can just continuously shove lanes. And the rest of the team can just farm whatever they want. Or look for pickoffs if they just acquired one right there.
Yep. It is most definitely a game of patience until Moon. Geometry side Bat Rider. Sticky napalms and runs, but you won't be so lucky for the Naga Siren. No need to use Sunstrike for this one, use a Meatball. Combining with Death Ward and everything else. The Naga Siren once again is pushing up the daisies.
In the meantime, mid's already pressured in, so Mushi hunting for a swap. He actually pops the Lincolns on Gyro there.
Yeah, he popped the Lincolns with the swap.
Probably didn't realize it.
Yeah, not exactly what he was looking for. It is a fresh item.
The Naga's the hero that they can now look to break base because he's dead. Because that's the real team fight setup for Effect. This ice path after song into some 3-man combo. If they don't get that, how do they win? But this bird sees the Firefly.
Nah, Flive sees the bird. So they both just dodge each other.
Yep.
Is it actually the, like, what's the movement speed? It's 430. versus 400, so the little Hawk can outrun the Bat Rider.
Dire are scanning.
Ice just finished a full Greaves. He had mech and the recipe for Greaves on the courier. So that's like 5,000 gold he just brought out to himself. A just fades.
So 3 minutes before he could potentially spawn back up again. You still have, I believe, you still got the cheese over on Mushi. And Moon finds targets, all of effect. They're ready to fight the jump in with the Observer Sentry. The Roar trying to control the gyrocopter so he can't get the damage out. And then VS swapping out Moon. And they do Song of the Siren, try and reset this. It's isolating Moon under his own BKB. Effect just run to the south, but then the Force Staff. Moon creates some space with the Deafening Blast. They try and stay on top of him, but they've taken so much damage here. Effect, it allows them to stand their ground as Mineski push up harder. Wave of Terror out. Resolution will finally die. Is Ice of all players the one who's dead who will pick up the double kill? An Effect ball back on the Kunkka. They just stood all on top of each other, Mineski, with that level 4, like level 3 Voodoo Restoration. Just surviving.
Invoker barely survived, but already full HP, full mana, with all his spells prepared, and they can just go. If they don't buy back here, like this just racks.
Moon's going to dodge the boat, dodge the torrent. Still no Song of the Siren, as you said. Mushi 4 staves into the swap stun. The rest of Mineski having trouble getting all the way over there, however, and the ice path from Madden slowing down both Jabs was and Jabugi, giving time for the damage. But no, the Deafening Blast, it forces back Gyrocopter. The Flag Cannon couldn't do enough work quick enough, and now Effector coming out with no real protection. The Roar onto the BKB Afro Ninja, the physical damage penetrating through him. They at least get the ensnare out, so Jabs will fall. Support is coming in the form of Mushi, who gets dragged in closer to find the kill into Afro. He'll lose his life for it, but the melee racks has been claimed. Heavy buybacks out from Effect after that one. Gyrocopter and Kunkka and Jakiro all burning it.
They get racks, right? The advantage is 17k when it started, now 21. And even though they lose 2 cores, they force 2 buybacks, and it's really all about this Gyro. If he slows down at all, even like the buybacks pretty much enough, even if we get an ultra kill after that, he won't have a Rapier anytime soon. And that's really the turnaround for Effect. He needs like Butterfly Rapier, and then they have a shot.
I think the only upside that came from Effect in that fight was the fact that Gem of True Sight wasn't lost by Afterlife. In fact, he has... wait, did they trade gems? Because he has Ice's gem.
Dire's top shrine.
They might have. Roche can spawn in 20 seconds, and this is the big one. This is Refresher Shard. You give that to Invoker and level 25, I think we might get a GG pretty soon after that.
It would be the obvious thing to have happen.
Middle tower has been denied.
But as Effect so far, they just need to finish the job on one of these cores when they initiate. Not enough single target burst, everything gets spread out, and I think that fight would have been a lot more different too if Resolution was able to stand his ground and attack. But he just got controlled too heavily.
So Rezo is just rushing Rapier, which is, I believe, the right choice.
Yeah, it's the only choice for the jump in. Lasso, they found the target. Jabs being pulled back in. Beastmaster, does he get the Roar off with the swap out? Gets the Necro units down. A Roar into Resolution still doesn't happen. It took way too long to turn around, but Mushi with this Skadi just stands so tall. And Naga incapable of running away.
No Roche for 2 minutes. They get Gyro Rapier plus Aegis. Effect's actually just in the game, just because of how absurd Gyro flacking for 9 times with that much damage is. However, Naga dead again, no buyback. Mineski could choose to push, but at the same time, again, 3rd Roche, that's the game break.
Yep. If they could find another pickoff, they'll go for it. Moon was hunting for one on the southern side of the die map. But they know Roshan will be up sometime soon. We know he'll be up in 1 minute 45. So a little bit longer to wait.
Vlad's finished on Chen, so even more auras for his team.
And then he's going to go for the Greaves, and then an Assault Cuirass for an Invoker. So no Shivas for this guy.
I like it. I mean, it's just more auras, right? Like, look. They have Beastmaster aura, Venge aura, AC, Vlad's, Alacrity, Chen creeps, Solar Crest on Beastmaster.
I actually want to see the amount of damage that you get onto the Invoker.
Whole bunches.
Nah.
Math isn't my strong suit, so I'm just going to go with Vlad.
Okay. It's like just to see the DPS as well. Like he's sitting at 159 plus 131 right now. And that's before Alacrity.
Well,
Rapier is up.
Yep.
Effect want to fight. They probably believe that Mineski are doing Roshan right now. The Alacrity is on the Forge Spirit that's pushing out the wave. Roshan is still not up for another 45 seconds, but they get the Blink Lasso pulling in Mushi. They want this kill once more, but you just can't get it. Mushi sent back too quickly by the Chen, but X marks a spot. Ice, now in trouble. The BKB of Afro Ninja, it'll wear out. Mushi just swaps into the middle of the fight. He wants Resolution, he wants the Rapier. They force-staff forward as Resolution gets force-staffed away. The Sunstrike can't find the target. Effective arced south. They'll lose Afro Ninja. Not exactly what they want have happened. So Kunkka for a Witch Doctor trade-off, but they keep the Rapier in the hands of the Gyrocopter. But they cannot contest Roshan.
And Mineski's just going to wait here. They know it has to spawn.
2 seconds.
Yep.
Maybe 3. Possibly 4.
They have that timer down. He actually alacritied before it spawned. They knew it had, this was the late spawn, so they know it has to be up now. Holy crap, that went fast.
So, Refresher Shards in for Vengeful Spirit. I don't think he needs to actually hold on to that one. You almost kind of wish you had like double Hand of God in the fight, or double Roars in the fight.
I think you give it to Beastmaster.
Actually,
it's Invoker.
It's Invoker.
Yeah,
It's Invoker.
You give it to Invoker. You don't want the cheese. I'm thinking, oh, he wants cheese, but no, it's an Invoker. He has BKB, double combo now. There's no. It's the best Refresher Shard hero in the game. One could argue.
Next to Death Prophet, I'd agree.
I mean, he has 4 spells.
Mushi's beating the crap out of this mid tower. Very happy to stand his ground. He just, like, he's life leeching out everything he needs. Plus, he's got the aura damage increase. So, almost 300 damage a hit from Mushi just coming out from him.
They have a wolf, too. And 2 of the regen creeps. Like, the aura stacking is absurd.
He has 3.7k HP on Mushi.
Yeah. He was walking around with 11 auras on him just then.
Well, you said you wanted a frontliner to be up there. Mushi was exactly that then.
Yep.
So mid-racks lost for effect. They've lost their bottom as well, so it's only the top and the range racks on bottom that is stopping mega creeps in favor of Mineski.
I like what they chose to do as well. A lot of teams might maybe give the Invoker the Aegis, but you give it to your Venge because he's going to be the one actually sieging and hitting the base. And then he gets alacritied. Invoker can kind of chill in the back, wait for the perfect opportunity to use 2 rounds of all his spells.
Mushi's hoping for a fight. Waiting under the cover of Invis. Moon TP up towards top. I thought he was going to push it a little bit harder than that. He just gave a tornado and a couple of attacks, but this creep wave, thanks to the catapult that has now just died off, had a little bit more sustain than Mineski were probably ready for. And you know Effect aren't leaving their base. This is stay home day, call in sick.
Yep, I mean this is the new meta nowadays, Rapier Gaming. You don't end the game quite fast enough, so even though you're 31k ahead, not necessarily over.
Crimson Guard just got fully completed for Ice. This man is packing the money away.
Mineski definitely in the driver's seat, mostly thanks to this Invoker, but I did see about a week ago a comeback, even larger than this one, 41.8 thousand gold, mostly due to the Gyrocopter that picked up a Rapier. So.
Who was in that game?
I don't remember the teams, just NA qualifier.
Ah, NA dirt.
There's a red team versus a blue team.
Red team. Okay, we've now gone Halo. Alright, so Effect. Patience kind of is all they could really do for the moment. The Golden Experience is getting completely out of hand. And this creep wave has arrived up on top. A lot of range creeps. So they need to actually, almost, like, I think Resolution actually has to flat cannon this. She doesn't have it. Does not want to get jumped. BTs will arrive. As Mineski adding the pressure. Quick swap, so fast from Mushi. No way to really reply, even with a Song of the Siren. Afterlife removed from the game. And now Song of the Siren is down, so the Get Out Jail Free card doesn't exist either. They macro part to create space, but Mushi, so tanky, still with that Aegis Immortal, sent up and towards the air, hits the deck, and then just starts the battle. They're starting to King hitting like an absolute truck. Madden will fall too. The buybacks are coming thick and fast, but all it's really going to do is enable for rampages, or potentially double rampages. Resolution does the damage now with that Rapier, but actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't do shit. He attacked. I know. I saw the attacks fly out, but no damage was taken by Mineski. They had the Crimson up, they had the Hand of God, and now they have all the kills, and really, they have the game. Swap them in deeper so Mushi can get more aggressive. Afro, he can armlet toggle his way back into the fountain, but they're losing tier 4 towers right now, and they are most definitely losing this game.
They have essentially every aura you could possibly wish for, and how do they do it?
Yeah, they're running out of space on Mushi's bar.
I was theory crafting like maybe they buy a Rapier on Punkta 2, intentionally die on him to give it to Gyro as well, because that's the only way I would see him having enough damage. And there's the double combo from Moon just to show off. Looks pretty.
Solid victory from Mineski, and that's actually going to keep them flawless in their group. There's a lot to actually be said for these early wins, going 3-0, because the top 2 teams go into the semi-finals, I believe it is, the way they progress through the group stage. I actually need to double. It is semis?
The first two. The thing is, it's double elimination. So the top 2 seeds are winner bracket, and then the 3 through 6 go to the breakout, and the bottom 2 are eliminated.
That's right. So they get into the quarterfinals of the winners bracket. That's where they end up.
I think it's the semi-final.
No, quarterfinals, because we eliminate 4 teams at the beginning, and then they go up against the quarterfinals. I've remembered as far as it goes. Yeah, it's quarters.
Yeah, you're right, because they all start winners bracket.
Yeah,
okay,
because we get 4 teams out of the 2 groups, so yeah, they go to quarterfinals. So impressive for Mineski. Pain Gaming, painful. They actually now go, wait, is that actually 0-4 for Pain? Okay, yeah, that is painful. So they lost to VGJ. I'm sorry, it's for EF, it's for Effect. So Effect and Pain Gaming are now neck and neck. They're the 2 teams which we've cast so far already today.
I'm looking forward to our next matchup, though. VPIG.
VPIG.
Yeah. VP, arguably best team in Dota. IG has Maboka.
IG, though, has been struggling at this event. Like, they haven't looked perfectly synced. They are 0-2 in the group at the moment. So I think it has more potential than I think our first 2 games have had. And our first game wasn't actually that shabby.
That's true, but in the words of Annie, there's always tomorrow. Well, today. Maybe it's a new day. VP didn't have the most impressive victories for the best team in the world yesterday. What's that face? Do you not love wholesome musical movies made in the 90s?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he does. I know.
But I never liked Annie. The only thing it gave us was a parody song in Austin Powers, because it's a hard knock life. Let's go to a break. We'll come back here. We'll do IG going up against Virtus Pro.